one of the enemies in gardening is bare soil. We've obviously pulled some nutrients out, so when we take plants out, we'd like to enrich the soil, add some compost, possibly fertilizer, depending on which route you're going, to keep the soil productive. But if we're not putting in vegetable crops, it's a good idea to keep something growing here. And going into the winter, we'll do a lot of this. It's a process involving cover crops. And cover crops are essentially things we plant that we won't harvest per se, but we'll turn them back into the soil. It'll add organic matter, organic forms of nutrients that'll break down and build our garden soil over time. I've got a packet of winter rye, which is one of the latest things you can plant, but during the summer months you can do buckwheat. It doesn't matter how long these plants are in the ground. Even if you get them up just a few inches, you can till all that in. But going into the winter, we don't want all this bare soil. We don't want the soil to erode. Rains and freezing and thawing will compact the soil, so we can just come into a small space like this, scatter some of our cover crop, and actually improve our soil over time. Now, ideally, if this were a bigger space, I would rake this in, but I can just do it in a small space here with my fingers. But this little practice will keep weeds from growing in the spots you're not using. That's a good thing. And it's also going to preserve the integrity of our soil through the winter months, but it's also going to enrich the soil next spring when we dig it in. So think about adding cover crops to some of the empty spots in your garden. You'll be amazed what it'll do for weeds. And if you'd like more information, check out the website at WTVQ.com under the weather page, and you can find more information and links to our gardening information.